And the war in Gaza, as you know, is taking a heavy toll on some of the population's most vulnerable, the children. The IPC report estimates that more than 132,000 children in Gaza under 5 are expected to suffer from acute malnutrition. And UNICEF says approximately 658,000 children have been out of school for almost 2 years, marking one of the most severe education crises. For more on all of this, I want to bring in the executive director of the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, or as we call it, UNRWA USA, Mara Kronenfeld. Mara, thank you so much for being here. Let's show this heartbreaking video that I think we have all seen on social media, that graduation ceremony for Palestinian children who have lost their parents during the war in Gaza. Just one example of how this war has had such a strong impact on children in that region. Mara, what impacts are you seeing on the children in Gaza?
Well, thank you so much for having me and for raising this important topic. You know, when I see those children, I see my own children, and those children are some of the 40,000 young people in Gaza who have lost either one or both parents. They are not exceptions in Gaza. There are beautiful, innocent children across Gaza, and we have seen at least 18,000 of them killed in this conflict. And now, as you have reported yourself, we are seeing children facing acute malnutrition. Already over 130 children have died of malnutrition. That's outside of the 17,000 killed on the siege on Gaza. This number is only going to spread. There are about 750,000 people in Gaza City. We see pictures every day of children, skin on bones. We receive hundreds of direct mail from individuals begging for help. These are parents just like you and all the parents listening. These are children just like our children. And this is absolutely the moment we need to step in and help save innocent lives.
We mentioned something earlier that I don't think a lot of people are thinking about, and it's that education crisis. What efforts is UNRWA making to ensure that Palestinian children are still able to get an education despite everything that's going on?
Yes, as you mentioned, there are some 650,000 school children who are out of school now for the second year in a row. School should be a place of safety, of learning. It should be providing hope for the next generation. But we have a generation of children who have not received education for 2 years and are now facing starvation. UNRWA is doing the best it can to try to insert some sort of normal life for these children, something to hope for. There's trauma relief and psychosocial support. There's 12,000 staff on the ground, many of them doing just this. But it is very hard, as you can imagine, to educate young people while the bombs continue, while weaponized starvation is being thrust upon them. This can all stop if a flood of humanitarian aid is let in. The aid coming in now is a trickle, and therefore we see children not being able to go to school. We see children facing malnutrition, and we see children dying from malnutrition.
Just an awful situation there. Mara Kronenfeld, thank you for joining us here on ABC News Live.
Thank you, Gio.